Our first guest this week is joining us direct from New York City. Mr. Jeff Chartier is a director with a company called CES Synergies Incorporated. CESX is their stock symbol. Jeff, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on the show today, Don.
We're glad to have you here, Jeff. CES Synergies describes itself as a full-service environmental, asbestos abatement, and demolition firm. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
I'd love to. CES is a 26-year-old profitable company, and it has grown into a recognized leader in the environmental contracting specialty field. CES, their main office is located in Crystal Springs, Florida, which is basically in the middle of the state. And they also have 3 other fully staffed offices, one in South Florida, one in North Florida in the Panhandle, and also another one in the state of Louisiana, where they worked very closely with the state during Katrina. You couple these locations with a seasoned, second-to-none management team, and the state-of-the-art equipment in the entire industry, and a consistent workforce of more than 200 environmental technicians. And there you have CES, a leader in the southeastern region of the U.S., and now basically looking to expand their footprint.
Now, in addition to asbestos abatement and demolition services, the company also provides a variety of other environmental cleanup services. Can you give us some more details?
Yeah, that's correct. CES has been around, like I said, for a long time, almost 3 decades. And CES has worked all over the world, actually. We've done cleanups all the way over in the island of Midway Atoll and tested all the contamination for the government. We actually did our own testing process and shipped barges up to the state of Oregon from Midway. Just for an example, I mean, we've worked all around the world. We've taken down very, very large towers. We've taken tanks out of the ground that have been contaminated, and things that people wouldn't believe that are in the ground. And we've, cleaned up the environment and have grown grass, of course, so they could start building again on these types of properties throughout the country and other parts in the world.
Well, Jeff, the company's announced several large contracts recently, State College of Florida, Department of the Air Force, and others. It's been busy.
Oh yeah, it's been extremely busy, and that was probably one of the timings why the company actually saw the start of an upswing in the industry. As we all know, was a major downturn in the economy, over the past 4 years, and now everything is there's cranes all over the place now again, which is great for the company. That's their main driver, and we continue to do contracts not only with government contracts and not only with local government contracts, but also in the private sector as well.
You've grown to be one of the largest firms of your kind in Florida. To what do you attribute the company's success?
Well, the main factor to the company's success would be management, which is second to none in this industry. They're very, very, very driven, and that's very important, especially in a public arena. And also the fact of the upswing in the economy and the growth potential here is such a main driver for CES's revenues that I think we're going to be very delighted to see what's ahead for this company in the future.
Can you tell us a little bit about the company's position as an eco-friendly contractor?
Yeah, obviously we are environmental specialists and we work with the environment. So of course, on a daily basis, we are driving all the time to make things better in the environment. So of course, we are eco-friendly. We also have our own in-house compliance that we need to have to keep all of our employees. There's over a couple hundred employees that we have, technicians out in the field, environmental technicians, that we have to keep them abreast of all the different movements in the industry constantly, and it's a lot to entertain.
CES Synergies Incorporated, CESX is the stock symbol. Jeff, why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at CES Synergies?
Well, I think it's the perfect time, actually, Don, and I'll tell you why. If you just look at 4 years ago, we're looking at a company that was doing north of 30 million. The revenues came out this year at the end of the year doing about 15.5. I think that the revenues are just they're going to be only heading north in this direction now that we see the growth in the economy again. We see cranes on buildings again, and you have a management team that's second to none and a leader in their industry in the Southeast region. I think it's really a no-brainer here where the stock is going to be going in the near future, and I would highly recommend following this company.
Again, CESX is their stock symbol. CES Synergies is the company. Jeff, of course, we've initiated coverage of the company. Be watching you very closely over the next several weeks. thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having us, Don. Talk to you soon.